Hi, this is Arbitrarium with Chapter 3, or my 4th recording of Typoman Revised, and the walkthrough videos. So this one is a lot more about timing than the previous one. There's a lot of these discs that I'm jumping on now that drop. They really set the pace for Chapter 3 to be a really fast level. The other thing that's more, I think, more noticeable here is that there's a lot of word banks, whereas you only have maybe a word that you're switching into other words in a few situations where you have word banks. Oops. In the previous games, you're really doing a lot more. You're doing a lot more with the word banks, where you can create several words to solve the problem multiple ways. So that's what we really there is to notice here. The other thing is it forces you to keep moving. You can't go backwards. You'll find those windows popping up all the time. Oh, there's another advice. So we're going to go ahead and use solid. Remember, if you solve this puzzle differently from me, please leave me a comment in the YouTube videos. I'd love to add that to the guide, or on occasion I also sometimes add it as a comment on the video after the fact, so I'd love to hear from you. That was an interesting word bank that you only use once. Most of the time when you see that word bank option, you're going to use that. You're going to use it for multiple puzzles in a row. But that one just the one puzzle. And boom, keep going, no turning back now. Alright, here's the second one. If you watch this puzzle, you'll notice that evil words come in below. It goes up into this little bubble here, and then that feeds the puzzle. So the way to stop the cycle is to write a good word. You can choose any word you want. I'm gonna go with care. You put a nice word in there, doesn't know what to do with itself, overloads the setting, and ta-da, it opens. Alright, so here's another situation. There's a couple of different ways that you can handle this one. We previously used this in other videos by doing shield. I'm going to choose cover. That will work the same way. And that'll go ahead and protect us while we are walking through here. You can't bring it with you though, so try to stop just short of that so that the gun won't get to you. It gives you a chance to get away, and the gun doesn't have a chance to shoot you. This is one of the easier, I think, oops, I jumped too high. This is one of the easier quotation marks in this chapter. And run the gauntlet! No, I don't want to die. Don't electrocute me, please. Woohoo! And off we go. This section has a lot going on. Basically just kind of watch where you're going, you'll be just fine. Again, it's more of the timing and rhythm of hopping to make sure that you get on the moving ones, and then a few that are neither timed nor moving to help you reacclimate when you start to get a little bit off of the rhythm. Oops, gotta get just right. This is another one of the easier quotation marks. You have one right up here. So this word bank is actually going to let us do multiple puzzles. It's going to let us solve it in multiple ways. There's also another gun here. You can do cover. You can also do shield, either one. But I'm going to go ahead and go back and get these exclamation points first. So if you try to push the letters up to the platform, you're actually gonna, the platform's gonna go up without you and it doesn't come back down. So this is a much simpler way of making sure that you're on the platform when it rises. Going up? Why yes, thank you. The other thing I really like to get in my comments is, I know that I missed 1 to 2 quotation marks in each one. I know that from the achievements. I did find some of them and just didn't do them on here, and some of them I didn't find until after I did the first couple of videos when I was replaying it. But anyways, I would love to hear from you if you would like that, and I'll definitely add those into... and we'll leave this right here so that we can jump back and forth, bringing our stepping stone letters without getting shot at. The next thing we're going to do is pick 2 blocky letters to be our stepping stool when we get to the big jump over here on the bridge. Second one. I think more than anything with this game, you just have to be really patient. You can't jump too soon. You can't try to rush it. You have to have your timing and rhythm really. Like I said, can't rush it. Boom. Alright, so this one you have 2 scary words. We're going to go ahead and mix both of them into the opposite. Take a bad word and make a shieldy word. Ta-da! We no longer need these words because we don't need the shield for anything. We don't actually have an N available in our word bank, so we're going to have to fake it. And the best way to do that is to make off and then use the little lie guy to turn it into what we do want it to be. We already have a lot of letters. There's really no reason to have them out here twice. Make another Y. Turn off into on. This one requires a lot of timing. You're going to jump on the little box and move as close to the front as you can to try and get on the other side of the electrical impulses before they have a chance to kill him. There we go. No problem. Easy peasy. Okay, so here we have a word bank, which means we have actually a series of problems to complete. We'll get rid of the letters after we don't need them anymore. The first thing we're going to get rid of is the blockade that lets us stick here so we can't get through it. Once actually you've fixed that will actually stay open regardless, so we don't need this right now. So use all of these. Let's try this again without throwing the letter off the side. That's the best way of going about it. So I hear. Ta-da! Easy. On this little elevator to take us up. Whee! Run the gauntlet again. No! Thor! You can't catch me now! Woo! And back down. You'll notice here that we have our way forward with the timing discs, or we can go backwards where we have some sort of question mark. So we'll just go see what's over here. Spoiler, it's quotation marks. I think there's a couple different ways to solve this puzzle. I think going forward is the easiest way to get out without getting hurt. That was actually a I missed that jump over there. The second time I'll go around, you've already got the quotation mark, so it gives you the timing, and you can just jump back. But if I had made the original jump, then you would just follow the timing jumps over. Just remember that the main thing about doing the Tarzan swing is just give yourself enough momentum so you don't miss. Here is Marathon. Timing discs. Break, reset your fingers, and we're off. No going back now, for sure. Whew. Just kidding, there's still a couple more left. Now we're done. And ta-da! Last boss. So this is the whole room. Over to the left is where your letters go. Over to the right is where the evil minion's letters go. In order to get going, you just turn it on. So now you have your letter machine available to you, and then the evil minion will start his letter machine as well. And there's a cutscene. So the cutscene actually does a pretty good job of introducing the mechanics of this game, of this boss fight to you. You'll take turns building letters. Your letters go in to actually break part of the health off of the boss and move the fight on. And then the minion puts in a few that gives him a few extra powers. And we'll have a demonstration here in a little bit about where we start. The other thing is that there is lightning that's listed here, and then there's some other timing gems that we've been practicing almost the whole game. So we'll go ahead and get started here in just a second. Yeah, so there's here. So there's the first section. So that's going to take you down here with lightning. There's only really one place to go. As soon as the white turns dark, you'll know that you need to jump, because then it's going to turn red, and if you get stuck there, the red will kill you. The next mechanic is to write some sort of hopeful or happy word. You'll have a timer, but it's a pretty long timer, so you usually have a pretty good amount of time in which to make a decision about what you want to do. And you take a significant chunk off the boss. It's about 1/3 each time. And then additional mechanics come in as they put evil words, which give him another phase. Woo! You just have to avoid the missiles. You can kind of see where the holes are coming. The first one is easy. There's only 3 rounds of it. The next ones will have 4. And actually, that's all there is to it. Dark and jump. Here, you'll go forward. Let's choose. Okay, this will help again. So you'll have one more full round of that, and you will get an evil word. Now. And now you're going to no worries if you do happen to get a little bit unlucky or miss one, you don't actually lose your progress. You start right where you ended. You don't actually restart the entire process. Almost. You do actually have to do the last one. Not a big deal. So fairly simple mechanics by the time you get done. Sometimes they do actually just take a little bit more movement. It's hard to avoid missiles. Some of them are strong enough. It get here towards the middle. If you go towards the end, sometimes the people will cut you off, and you can only move one way, in which case you get confused. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cutscene continue in case anyone wants to see it, but I do thank you so much for watching my Typoman videos. Please like and subscribe for more videos, and as always, leave me any comments as I previously mentioned. Thank you so much.